Howard, you've influenced my faith journey in a very strong way, and I would count you as one that influence that has kept me as a Christian. How can we pursue church unity? I believe this is something that has been a topic you've been speaking about.
And I feel very strongly about.
You've influenced me to try to see commonalities in denominations, and instead of focusing on, like, we think we're right, or that we're the one church. Or, I mean, as growing up as an evangelical, me appreciating the wider Christian community and Protestantism and Catholic and Orthodox too. But.
Right. Okay, it's a great question. First of all, the Bible says that there's one church, one faith, one Christ, one baptism, etc. I believe there's only one church. One church. Unfortunately, I think it's man's sinfulness that divides up in all these tens of thousands of different little churches, and many of them, if not all of them, claim they're the ones telling the truth. They're the only right ones. Everybody else is wrong. In Cincinnati here, there's a little tiny storefront church the size of a two-car garage, and the name of the church is The One True Church. I've always wanted to go there because I definitely would like to go to the One True Church. Wow. There's probably like a dozen people that attend it. I think that the tribalistic exclusivity instinct of humans to form into little groups and to say we're the only good ones, we're the only right ones, we're the only true ones, is sinful. And it's not the way of God, not the way of Jesus Christ. So the question is, what can we do about it? And I do have a response to that. And my response is very simple. Don't argue about church doctrine. Form mission partners between different churches, like, for example, soup kitchens, clothing closets, car repair, after school care for students, daycare. I mean, and not to mention overseas missions. When people get involved with mission, they're not arguing about doctrine. They're not arguing about theology. They're trying to figure out how to do the mission better. And let me illustrate this with my own experience. For 6.5 years, I ran it was called a soup kitchen, but actually it was a very nice meal that we made on Saturdays, free for the inner city in Cincinnati. We had between 200 and 400 people attend. And I did that every Saturday. I ran that every Saturday for 6.5 years. And we had many different churches involved on different Saturdays come and prepare the meals. Usually had 20 to 30 people come and help and donate, etc. And it all went really well. There was never any arguments. There was never any fight. There was never any talk about whose church is better or right or anything like that. And we had different kinds of churches participating in that. For 23 years, I took mission groups to Belize, Central America, and we built houses, schools, churches, etc. On one of my groups, just out of curiosity, I asked how many different churches were represented in the group that I had. 17 different churches, and not all Protestant. And we all got along. There's no problem. My point is, and I've lived this experience for decades, when you do mission work, people get together and they become united. Okay? Now, let me just switch gears for a minute. Personally, I don't enjoy going to church very much with several thousand other people. Okay, some people like that. I don't. I like little churches. I like churches with 50 or 100 people, and those are the ones that I served as a pastor. We all, I think, are, well, I'm just speaking for myself. I'm a lot more comfortable in a small community where I know everybody and everybody knows me, and we all sort of like become friends and stuff like that. I know that's not for everybody, but that's how I like to go to church. And I don't have a problem with people going to their own church. We all have different tastes in music. We all have different tastes in preaching style. We all have different taste in the environment of the church and the size of the church and stuff like that. So the good thing about the diversity of churches in the United States is that you have a huge, wide range of styles of worship in the things that I mentioned, such as music to choose from, preaching styles to choose from. And I think that people should find the church where they feel spiritually most comfortable, most fed, and where they really enjoy going to church. Don't try and convert people to your church's doctrine, and don't dispute their church doctrine. Focus on mission work. And the way that you do that is you can go to different churches and say, look, we're thinking about having a Saturday soup kitchen, or we're thinking about having a clothing closet or food pantry. And we're wondering if you would like to work with us in doing that.